Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I had more views on the college basketball tip-off show yesterday than I did sitting second row. I got to sit second row more often. It's what got you to cover at Kaplan Arena last night against Elon. Two of the worst, as I mentioned, two of the worst defensive teams in the country, both bottom 12 out of
Yep.
362. Yet it stayed under the total by a basket because they didn't foul late. So I was laughing. Anybody had the total there. Tough break in the Elon W and M game. Look, we use big game breakdowns on the show every day. Obviously, Fridays it's a light card, but I thought this was probably the best matchup, at least tonight, from a blue blood standpoint. We got two teams that have been in national finals in the past decade, Butler and UConn. Very interesting, a Big East matchup here. And of course, the first thing I always look at is tempo between teams. Butler no longer plays that half court slowdown style that they did a decade ago under Brad Stevens when they made the back to back runs to the final. Meanwhile, Connecticut actually does. Connecticut 130 team in the country. They are top 25, both offense and defensive efficiency. Butler, meanwhile, middle of the pack, 184 in tempo. And they also are a top 50 offensive team, but not even top 100 defensively. And that very well might be the difference in this game tonight. Um, Connecticut's only played two, I believe, two true road games this season. That was a loss at Kansas and a loss at Seton Hall. So they haven't exactly stepped up well in opponents' home courts. And Butler obviously could be a difficult place to play. And they are coming off back-to-back road losses, returning home. And that's an angle I usually like to look at for quality teams after a couple of losses, but then returning back to their home court. And I think the early money liked that angle as well. This line opened overnight 6, now down to 5, even 4.5. So although I do think UConn is the better team and they might be able to slow things down, as I mentioned on yesterday's show, home teams can normally dictate the tempo better. I like the fact Butler's here at home. This is really a home road play for me in this one with Butler plus the 4.5. I think they're a live home dog tonight, and there are some fives out there as well. So shop around, 5 or more especially. I think Butler's worth a look.
Yeah, it's UConn is proved to be vulnerable. I mean, no Klingon number one, but number two, they haven't been great on the road. So good spot here tonight for Butler to get it done.